Hello students, welcome back to the next video in Design and Analysis of Algorithms Laboratory. In this video, we are going to see about the second portion of the experiment 3, which involves the multi-threaded application in Java. Multi-threading in Java is one of the feature provided in Java, very advanced Java languages. And when it comes to multi-threading is a process of executing two or more threads simultaneously to improve the maximum utilization of a CPU. So as we know that multi-threading is one of the feature of enhancing the parallel execution and concurrent execution. So we want to perform all the events in a concurrent way, means multi-threading is the first foremost feature and foremost way of implementing this parallel execution. In the right side you can able to see the block diagram of how three threads are going to be interacted with each other, how the processes of each thread is done with the help of main thread. So here the main thread is the first thread, it will execute the first main method. Then in this one there are three different methods called A thread, B thread and C thread is there. So these threads are going to started by the main thread, and based on its priority parameter and its importance of its task, so these three threads will be interacting with each other based on its priority value. Priority is one of the integer value assigned its each thread. So based on its request from the highly prioritized threads, the execution of the current thread will be stopped. Then the higher prioritization thread will start its execution. So these and all we have studied in the theoretical of multi-threading. Let us move on to its programming part. Thread in Java is executed in two ways. First one is by extending a class thread and by implementing a runnable interface. So extending the thread class will be used with the help of its constructors and its methods to create a perform operation. It create and perform the operations on the thread. So here it uses the thread class called as thread. Then there are some various formats of constructors available for thread class. So using any one of the constructor part, a thread will be started. This is the first way. Second way of using the thread is by implementing only the interface called as runnable. So by using and by implementing the runnable interface, we can have only one method called as run method. It mainly performs all the actions needed for the thread class. So these are all the commonly used methods of a thread class. It starts with the first execution of run. It performs the action, and start will be starting the execution of a thread, and sleep is mainly used for making your thread to be not executing any operation for a particular number of milliseconds. And then join is mainly used in involving the many threads. It waits for the thread to die. And then join for some milliseconds is also one of the function. It will be specified with some milli values exactly. Then since the threads are having the priority values, to receive the priority we can have the get priority method. To set the priority level we will be having set priority methods. The name of the thread will be retrieved with the help of the method called as getName. Similarly, using set properties, the name of the thread is assigned. And then to want to know the which thread is currently executing, so we have one method called as current thread that will return the reference of a currently working thread, and ID is another one of the parameters. So to receive the ID of a thread, it has the method called as getID. Likewise it goes on. So coming on our execution, the question for this laboratory experiment is write a Java program that implements a multi-threaded application that has three threads. The first thread should generate the random integer for every 1 second. It is given specifically, it should generate the random integer for every 1 second. And the second thread should compute the square of a number and prints. The third thread should print the value of cube of this number. So first thing is we need to have one random number. From the random number we can compute the square in the second thread. In using the third thread we should compute the cube. Let us go to the program. So the class name is synchronize. Synchronize is the class name. It has the one integer, random integer, and then two boolean values are initially set as false. So value set 1, value set 2. Then generate is one of the synchronized method because it involves 3 threads. So in order to communicate, in order to properly execute 3 threads in a parallel way, we need to have one synchronized way of communication. That's what this method is called, synchronized method. The name of the method is called as a generate, and here it based on the values of value set 1 and set 2. It will be waited for some milliseconds, and then this is for random classes for creating the random number. So it will generate the numbers for next 10. Then the thread will be slept for 1000 milliseconds. These are all the initial setups. Then if the value set is true in the initial execution, then to find out the square of a number, square method is used. Then if the value set is true, it will find out the random values as random value into random value. That means random integer into random integer. That will be printed using the current thread name with the parameter of square is equal to. Then similarly for finding the cube, we need to have the formula called random integer star, random integer star, random integer, and we need to have the current thread name using the method current thread dot get name. Then this is what the output we got. See, initially the square value is 4. Then thread 1 is object 1, thread 2 object 1, thread 3 object 1. So these are all executed. Then random value will be 3. The 3, then the square value is equal to 9 and cube is equal to 729. And then similarly random value in the next execution is 2, cube is 8 and square is 4. Similarly in the next random number is 0, then cube is always 0 and square is always 0. Similarly it takes random number from 0 to 10. Like that this execution carries on. We will go for the execution implementation part. The implementation part starts with the class called as synchronization class. Here synchronization class only generates the random number. So to generate the random number we have a method called as generate. To find out the square of a given random number, square is the method that we discussed earlier. And to find out the cube of a random number, we have a method called as cube. To execute all those concepts in thread basis, we need one thread class. So to create a thread class, here the first way of creating a thread application is used. That is nothing but extending a thread class. So here how the class is created means class, thread class name, extends, thread class. So likewise the sentence has been framed. Then to invoke that generation of random number, we need to create the object for that class. The class name is synchronized one class. That means previous what we have written the class no. So this is the class name to generate the random number, to find out the square and to find out the cube. Here in the same way, for the synchronization one class, the target is the object. With the target object, it is being assigned with a thread. Then in the run application, it is being generated. Similarly, for the second thread also same thing. In the run application, it calls the square method of the thread. In the third thread, it follows the cube method of the synchronization class. Likewise, the first thread is to generate the random number. The second thread is to find out the square of a given random number, and third thread is to find out the cube of a random number. Likewise, all three threads have been made. Moving on to the main thread, because all the subthreads has to be invoked from the main thread. Now the main thread is created with the class name of experiment 3b new. In the main method, for the synchronization class, object 1 is the name of the object. It is being first created. Then using that objects 1, first thread is created with using the new operator of new. So new thread 1 will be called first. Then new thread 2 will be called. First thread is to generate a random number. Second thread is to find out the square. No, so the second thread will be called in the second statement. The third thread is called in the third statement. Likewise, from the main thread, the first thread is invoked with the random number generation. Second thread is to find out the square. Third thread is to find out the cube. Likewise, the logics has been assigned. Now we can run this program. So when I am going to execute this program, it will be first pointers, it will be generated with a random number of 1. So according to this execution, the random number is 1 for the first generation. And then for the second thread, the random number is 7. So square value is 49 and cube value is 343. Likewise, the first random number is 1. Second random number is 7. Likewise, it is generated. We'll go for the next one more execution. Again, I'm executing this program. We will see this different types of execution here. Again, the random number is 5 with the cube value of 125 and square value of 25. And similarly, here in this generation execution also, the random numbers are changed. Same, we'll go for the one more random numbers generation. Now it will differ. See here, the random number is 1 for the first part, the second part is 6. So likewise, for every execution, the random number will be keep on changing. I hope so. This video is useful for you. I will catch you in the next video about the next program. Thank you so much.